And just give yourself a hug right now. So lying on your back with your knees bent, give yourself a hug. Take a moment to check in with yourself, to check in with your body, to check in with your breath, and to even check in with your mind. In our lives, we tend to be so busy that we forget to be grateful. Gratitude is important. It's been proven to make us happier, help us to sleep, allow us to be more compassionate, kind, and loving. So right now, take the time to think of 3 things that you are grateful for. Things that maybe you don't notice during the day. Stay right here with those 3 things and start to breathe a little deeper. And as we begin our practice, let's carry this gratitude throughout, being grateful that we can breathe and move our bodies in this way. And we can all be here practicing together. Place your feet down on the ground. Bring your arms down by your side. And on the next inhale, you're lifting your hips up into a bridge. And when you exhale, slowly lower your hips down. Do that again. Press your feet forward and down. Inhale to lift your hips. And exhale to slowly lower down. If you're looking for a little bit more today, lifting the hips and the arms at the same time, lowering the hips and the arms at the same time. Let's do 3 more. Breathing through the nose with the lips sealed. Very nice. Make a T with your arms now, hips on the ground. Heel to your feet the width of the mat and start to windshield wiper your knees from side to side, letting your hips turn and swivel. We'll do this little windshield wiper here. And as we're windshield wipering the legs from side to side, let the head be heavy on the ground. Try to keep your shoulders grounded. Good. 1 more each side. And then we'll come back to the middle. Step your feet in together. Take your right leg, bring it up towards the ceiling, and hold behind your right leg anywhere. You can start to walk your hands a little higher to calf or ankle and pull the right knee in towards the chest. It's a hamstring stretch. If you want a little more, straighten your left leg. Good. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Now, bending the right knee, put it down on the ground. Bring your left knee into your chest. Same thing, hamstring stretch. Take the left leg all the way up with the option to walk your hands closer to your ankles or even straightening the right leg. Take another breath. Notice how it feels to stretch. Very nice. Bend your left knee. Bring your right knee in to meet your left. Cross your ankles. Rock up to a seat. We're diving our hands forward as we come to all fours. Spreading out your fingers, strong through the hands, press back into child's pose, bringing your hips back toward your heels. Good. Drop your head heavy. Relax your neck. So as we're in this child's pose, let's inhale to all fours. And exhale back to child's pose. Rocking it back and forth 2 more times. Inhale to rise. Exhale to press back. Good. Last time. Nice. Now, as you inhale, come to all fours and take your left leg back behind you. Toes are on the ground. Press forward and back, stretching the calf. So it's a little calf stretch. So sideways, it would look like this. Press back and hold. Now bring your shoulders over your hands and lift the left leg up. So it is the left leg. You want to try to reach the left heel back, crown of the head reaches forward. Bring your left knee into your chest, hug and squeeze. So your knee drives forward and in, your tailbone tucks, your abs are engaged. Extend the right leg back, left leg back long. Good, left knee into chest, left leg back long. Use your exhale to pull the knee in and the inhale to lengthen. Good, 2 more times. Exhale, pull the knee in, inhale to lengthen. Last one. Take your left toes down on the ground, swing the left leg out to the left so your toes are pointing forward and your heel lines up with your right knee, just in the periphery. We'll walk the hands in towards the right knee and tee the arm. So we're lifting up nice and tall here. Taking your left hand to your left thigh, bend over to your left. Good, come back to the T with the arms. Left hand, left thigh, bend to the left. Come back to center. Good, last time, left hand, left thigh, bend to the left. Come back to center and sweep your arms over your head. Hands come down onto the earth and we're pressing our hips forward and back. This is really just a nice hip opening. Press it back, press the hips back toward your right heel. Come back forward. Yep. You might close your eyes and just notice. Notice where you're feeling. Notice where you're at. Good, last one. Bringing your shoulders over your hands, take the left knee on the ground next to the right. Now your right leg comes back. Lift it up, all the way up. So make it long and strong. Neutral spine. Exhale, right knee drives in towards the chest. Squeeze. Inhale, extend and lengthen back. Exhale, pull the knee in and squeeze. Round your back. Good. We're just waking up the core. I want us to be really nice and warm as we approach this flow. Good. Last time. Now we take the right leg back. Put your toes down on the ground. Take your calf stretch, pressing the heel back. So really flexing through that ankle, getting a nice stretch here. Good. Let's go ahead. Bring the shoulders over the hands. Take the right leg out to the side. Good. And walk your hands to the left knee. Lift the torso, tee the arms. We're just going to the right. On the inhale, bring the left arm up. Good. And then come back through the middle. 2 more. So maybe you go a little bit deeper into the stretch each time. Careful not to press on your knee. Last one. Woo. Good. Bring both arms up. Take your hands down to the ground and we rock our hips forward and back here. Inner thigh stretch. Good. We're going to go on a little journey today. A journey with the breath, with the body. A journey of presence and connection. Take your right knee back under the hip and press back to child's pose. Reset, hips to heels. Beautiful. On your inhale, drag your hands into your knees. Start to lift your hips, heart and arms, so the torso lifts. Good. So we're going to take a nice opening here, pressing your hips forward, tipping your heart to the sky, look up. Now, before you go anywhere, try to lift higher out of your low back. Perfect. And then go ahead and come back down into child's pose. Adding a little bit more. Inhale, rising up, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze, pressing your hips forward. Exhale, back to child's pose. Last time. Inhale, rising. Exhale, child's pose. On your inhale, you're on all fours. Good. Taking the left leg back, lifting it up, hip height. Now listen, we're taking our left knee out to the side and forward, almost like a dog at the fire hydrant. But now we get a little more into our obliques by bringing our left knee towards our left upper arm. I know. Take the left leg back. Bring your left knee through the middle. Try to drive it through the window of the arms and bring it back. Left knee to right arm. Try to tap. See if you can get there. Bring it back. Left foot comes on the ground. Sweep the left leg out to the side. Toes point forward. On the inhale, tee the arms, lift up. On the exhale, hands by the ears, bringing your left elbow down towards the left leg. On the inhale, right elbow down, left elbow up. Moving through your side body. Keep the torso nice and open to the front of your mat so you're not turning in. Last one. Good. And then take your right hand down to earth or block. So if you want a little more support, I have a block. You want to make sure and this is just an alignment thing, your knee and your hand are in the same line. Your hand is under your shoulder and your left arm is up. If you wanted to, you can lift up the left leg just for fun. Take a deep breath in. Your hips and shoulders are open out to the front of your mat now. Excellent. Put your left foot down. Use your left arm to pull you up. Both arms lift up, maybe a little back bend here. Hands come down to the ground. Good. Take your left leg back behind you. Toes are on the ground. Everybody, pick your right knee up off the floor. Drive it forward and up 3 times. Little pulses. 2, 1, step it back. Plank pose. And you're in your down dog, piking your hips up and back. Nice job, everyone. From down dog, roll out into high plank, shoulders over hands, knees can be on or off the floor. And as you exhale, just the knees come down, child's pose. Inhale to rise, drag your hands to your knees, stand on your knees, reach up and touch the sky. Think about one of those things you're grateful for. Come back down into child's pose. On the inhale, rise up again. What else are you grateful for? Think about it at top of the breath, top of the movement. Come back down. Good. Last time. Inhale to rise. That third thing you're grateful for. Come back down. On your next inhale, you're back through all fours. And you're taking your right leg out to the side. Toes point forward. No, wait, I forgot the abs. Bring your right leg back, lift it up. Take your right knee to your right arm. You don't want to forget this, like that dog at the fire hydrant moment, and then drive it back. Right knee through the window of the arms, squeeze your core, drive it back. Right knee comes over to your left arm. Can it tap? Maybe. Drive it back. Now take your right foot down and out to the side. Good. Lifting up, hands by the ears. Same flow, other side. Your right elbow down, left elbow up. And switching, right elbow up. Just going side to side here. Each time you're squeezing through the oblique muscle, just along the side of your abs. Whew. Yay. Last one. And then we're taking our left hand down, whether you want to bring it to earth or block. I'm going to use a block for a little more support. And right arm sky, hips and shoulders open out to the front of your mat. And maybe you lift that right leg up and make it longer. Breathe. Take your right foot down. Use your right arm to pull you up. Arms lift up, lift your heart. Bring your hands down to the ground. Spread out your fingers. Right leg comes back. Left knee comes into the chest. Knee in plank. Drive it 3, 2, 1. Step it back to plank pose. Take a deep breath in. And on the exhale, pike your hips up and back into down dog. Stay in your down dog here. Pedal out your heels. Drop your head. Drop your baggage. Nice work, everyone. From your down dog, step, hop, or jog to the front of your mat. Forward fold. On your inhale, it's a flat back, halfway lift. And on your exhale, you're folding forward. Inhale to rise, touch the sky. And on the exhale, you're in your chair pose, sitting your hips down, lifting your heart and your arms up. Beautiful. Sweep your arms down and then lift your arms up. Good. Sweep your arms down and lift your arms up. Sit a little lower, look forward. Nice job. Last one. When the arms come up, you're standing. Good. Take your hands behind your back, clasp the hands, interlace your fingers, lift your heart more. Good. Step your feet almost the width of your mat, bend your knees, fold in half. Drop your head heavy down. You can keep your hands clasped if it feels right, or you can release the arms and come into ragdoll pose. Head is heavy. Spine is lengthening with gravity. Breath is steady, 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 and smooth. Stay here to breathe. Excellent. Releasing your opposite elbows. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back through plank pose. Guess what? This is our first connecting vinyasa. Lowering down with control. Pressing into the tops of your feet, lifting your heart. Moving in down dog. Great job, everyone. From your down dog, lower your knees, come into child's pose. On the inhale, drag your hands to your knees, standing on your knees, lift your arms over your head. And on the exhale, the arms come shoulder height, like you're pressing down into a surface with both arms, super strong. Think arms of steel. Tailbone tucks as you lean back, so a little core engagement. On the inhale, upright and the arms come overhead. On the exhale, the arms are shoulder height, you're leaning back maybe a little bit more. Inhale to lift and exhale to lean back. On your next inhale, you're rising. On the exhale, your hands come down to the ground, child's pose, drop your head heavy. Inhale, coming up to all fours. Taking your left leg back behind you, lifting the leg as high as the hip. Nice job, everyone. Bring your left knee to your left arm. Bring it to the middle. Bring it to the right. Three-leg dog. Excellent. Excellent. Take your left foot down, swing it out to the side. Walk the hands to the right knee, then rise, arms in a T. Beautiful. Turning your left toes out to the left, bend the left knee over the heel. Left elbow, left thigh, right arm over the ear. Take your side angle. Good. And then we'll flow through reverse warrior, right arm down, left arm up. Finding the flow. You can go a little bit bigger in the movement. Side angle to reverse. Last one. Tee your arms, straighten your left leg, turn your toes to the front of your mat, right hand down, left arm high. Coming into another modified side plank, so maybe lifting that left leg up, or if it's in your practice today, taking the right foot behind the left and coming into a full side plank. Little pulses, lift the hips. If your leg is floating, just lift your leg. 3, 2, 1. We're putting that right knee back down under the hip. That's a little tricky, but you can do it. Now use your left arm to pull you up. Both arms lift. Woo. Hands come down to the ground. Left leg tucks behind you, toes on the ground. Right knee pulls into the chest. Tap your right arm, bring it through the middle. Tap your left arm, three-leg dog. Step your right foot forward. Left heel comes down. Inhale, lift the chest and the arms up. On the exhale, take your hands down to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Second vinyasa, lowering down, lifting your heart, back through down dog or child's pose. We'll meet on all fours, hands and knees. Slide your hands under your wrist. Good. Take the right leg back behind you. Bring your right knee to your right arm out to the side. Bring it to the middle. Squeeze, bring it to the left. Can it touch? Three-leg dog. Right toes on the ground. Swing the right leg out to the side. Toes point forward, rising up. Arms in a T. Turn your right toes to the right and bend your right knee over the heel. Right elbow down, left arm high. Good, and then we'll reverse. So find your flow. And you're in charge of range of movement. Last one. And then we'll tee the arms. Here, straighten out your right leg. Turn your toes forward. Let the left arm come down, Arthur block. Right arm sky. So you have some options. You can lift the left leg. It's going to be little pulses here, or you can bring your right leg behind your left and pulse the hips. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the left knee down. Tricky, but you can do it. And then use your right arm to pull you up. Both arms lift. Woo. Hands come down to the ground. Take your right leg back behind you, toes on the ground. Left knee pulls up and in. Bring the left knee, left arm. Left knee, middle. Can you touch your right arm? Try three-leg dog. Left foot steps through. Bringing the right heel down to the ground. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one. And on the exhale, take your hands down to the mat. Stepping it back through plank pose. Maybe take another vinyasa. There's not a lot of vinyasas in class today, but there is a lot of work and focus that we're asking ourselves for. Let's take a deep breath in. Deeper breath out. Good. Bring your hands together in down dog. So your thumbs are touching and there's space outside your pinkies. Hugging your hips way high, bend the knees, look forward. Leapfrog your hands outside your feet, come into a yogi squat. Oh, I know. Some days I have it, some days I don't. So your hips are as low as feels right. Your chest is open. You're pressing your knees away from each other. Good. Take a deep breath in. Just feel the stretch. Just knowing that you don't have to do anything. You get to choose. Like you chose to be here. You chose to move your body and breathe. You might choose to go into crow or crane. So knowing that, you get to decide. You might bring your hands down and your knees on your arms, rounding your back, tucking your tailbone, keeping the chin off the chest, rock forward. Maybe you lift one or both feet. You decide. Keep squeezing your core. We're going to rock back into our yogi squat. Wherever you are, put your hands together. Excellent. Straighten your legs, rise up, touch the sky. That's always a challenging one. Beautiful. And let's release the arms down. So I like the feet hip width apart. Take a deep breath in, rise, arms overhead. Deep breath out, dive down, pull forward, empty your lungs, bend your knees. Go ahead and pick up your weights. Yep, we're doing it. So I'm gonna offer lots of options. This is a very, very short weight sequence. I'm gonna recommend you take both weights in one hand. I'm gonna start with my left, just because it's my more challenged side. So really like strong core. I'm gonna start off with some just regular bicep curls. Bringing your elbow right in front of your rib cage, keeping it close, squeezing at the top. You could take your right arm out to the side or your opposite arm out to the side. Keep going. Yeah. We're going to turn this into a bicep curl, taking it to a shoulder press right overhead. So straight. So the palm faces forward, then you turn your palm in to do your press. Just because we're doing single arms, one at a time, we're not going to do as many reps. But you will feel it's way different doubling your weight. Last one. Awesome. Bring the weights in two hands. We're going to take the weights and open them out to the side, shoulder height. Slowly resist coming down. Soft bend in the knees, shoulder height. Slowly resist, shoulder height. Good, last one. You're going to take the weights out, shoulder height, turn your palms up. Good, elbows line up with shoulders. Bring the weights in towards the shoulders, open it out. You want to try to keep your elbows lifted. So this is, I feel like a more challenging variation on a bicep curl. Two more. Good, last one. Take your weights out to the side, turn your palms down, lower the arms. Good, in the opposite hand now, we're just going to start off with just that basic bicep curl. A little heavier here. And even though my right arm is my more dominant, just doing it second, it feels already tired. Good, two more. So in this bicep, the palm faces forward. So we're going to take the bicep, and then we're going to turn our palm in, press overhead, bring it back down. Bicep to shoulder press. When you lift the weight up in the air, you want to make sure that your weights are over your shoulder. So it lines up, it's more stable that way. Two more. Good, last one. Awesome. Go ahead and bring the weights in both hands. And here we're going to bring the weight, turn the palms down, bring the weights up to shoulder height, right out in front, lower down, front raise. Shoulder height, lower down. Two more. Good, last one. Lower it down, turn your palms forward, and we're taking the weights and we're going to bring them forward and up like you're serving a platter and hold. Hold. So palms are up. Hold. Good. Bend the elbows, bring them back in, bring them out. Good. Just 100 more of these. No, just 8 more. Let's count them. 8. Slowly. 7. Try to get that full extension. 6. If it bothers your wrist, you know, put your weight down. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. If it feels easy at the end, then you need to add a little bit more weight. Good, let's release the weights, put them down on the ground. Stand up nice and tall. Aren't you glad that's over with? One thing I'm grateful for, after working hard, you get to put the weights down. Inhale, reach your arms up high. Exhale, dive down, fold forward, empty the lungs. Inhale with a flat back. Exhale, fold. We're going to take a little wrist stretch. And this is a gorilla pose. So you're taking your hand, palms up, and sliding them all the way under your feet. You want to wiggle your toes into your wrist to get the stretch. Head is heavy. Neck is long. Yeah. Awesome. Breathing in and breathing out. All right, we're going to put everything together. Come on off your hands. On the inhale, it's a flat back. Exhale, fold in half. Step back to plank or jump back through your vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. Lower your knees, take it to all fours. So I always think this is really important, just to note the foundation. You want your hands under your shoulders. So you're probably going to have to step them back. Take your left leg out behind you. Bring your left knee in towards your chest. Squeeze. Take the left leg out. Keep the left leg lifted and high. Bend your elbows as if you're coming into chaturanga. So the elbows bend close by your sides. Straighten your elbows. Bend the left knee back into the chest, round your back. Good. Extend the leg. Bend. Straighten the elbows. Pull the knee in. 2 more. Bend. Straighten. Pull the knee in. Last one. Bend the elbows. Straighten the elbows. Pull the knee in. Take the leg back. Good. Reach your right arm forward. So your left leg is lifted. Your right arm is forward. This is a nice balance challenge. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Bending your left knee. Reach the right arm behind you. If it's available, see if you can find your foot with your hand. Kicking your foot into your hand to open the chest up wide. Keep breathing. Should feel like a nice quad stretch. Good job, everyone. Right hand to mat. Left leg out to the left. Rising up to touch the sky. Good. We're taking our left hand, left thigh, and we're bending over to the left. We're going to stay right here. Breathe. Now, if you want a little bit more, you slide your hand down the left leg. You bring your right arm a little closer to the ear. Keep breathing. Reach long through the fingertips. Very nicely done. Use your right arm to pull you up, taking your right hand down, earth or block. So remember, if you want that support, you can put your hand on the block, lift your left leg up, and if it's available, see if you can find your left foot with your left hand. Oh, get the stretch. This is a little different than when we were in the all four shape. So you're really opening up a little bit more. Nice. Take your left foot down. Use your left arm to pull you up, both arms high. Hands come down to the mat. Left leg comes behind you, toes stay down. Right knee drives in, knee in plank. Good. 3-leg dog, right leg sky. Step your right foot forward and through. Bring your left heel flat. Rise up to warrior one. Bring your arms down by your side. Look forward. Find a point that's not moving. Drive your left knee up and into your chest. One-legged mountain. Left ankle on right knee or thigh. Hands come to heart. Sit your hips back and down like you're sitting in a chair. Standing figure 4. So we have a really nice hip stretch. You have the option to stay in this standing figure 4 or take it into eagle, crossing the left thigh over the right. So you want no light or air to get through those inner thighs. Cactus your arms. Take your left arm under. You can give yourself a hug or wrap the wrist. We're holding here to breathe. Try to find your Ujjayi breath. Maybe we can shift our focus into saying, we chose to be here and we chose to challenge ourselves, so we get to do this. This is an opportunity. Release your arms. Everybody bring your left knee up and into your chest. Step your left foot to the back of your mat. Open the arms wide, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down. And step it back to plank. Take another vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog or child's pose. Great work, everyone. Lower your knees, come to all fours. Remember, you want to slide your hands under your shoulders. Take your right leg back. Reach your left arm forward, opposite arm, opposite leg. Balance. Bending your right knee. Reach the left arm back. If it's available, catch your foot in your hand. And then you're really trying to lift your right thigh up and shine your heart forward. I know. Good. Let's take that right leg back. Toes are on the ground, left hand on the ground, right leg out to the side. We rise up. So the arms come into a T. We take the side bend over the right leg. Good. And then you just go as far as feels good. The side is going to feel a little different than the other. Let it be what it needs to be. Breathe. Nice job. Taking the left hand down to earth or block. Right arm sky. Lift the right leg if you like. Maybe catch your foot in your hand. Find the opening. Awesome. Let's go ahead. Take the right foot down. Use your right arm to pull you up. Both arms lift. Hands come to the mat. Take your right leg behind you. Toes are on the ground. Drive the left knee into the chest, one-legged plank. I know that Nancy's been doing Planksgiving. How's that going, Nancy? She's shaking her head. Good three-leg dog, left leg sky. And we'll step the left foot forward. Right heel comes down. Inhale to rise, warrior one. Find your balance. Find a point to focus on. Your arms come down by your side. And then you're driving your right knee up and into your chest. Finding that one-legged mountain. Right ankle, left knee or thigh, hands to heart, sit back, standing pigeon. If you need to hold on to something, you can hold on to something. You can stay in standing pigeon and really working this hip opener, or cross the right leg over the left, coming into eagle, right arm under. And then really it's that active of hugging the midline with your arms and your legs. So the inner thighs squeeze, your arms squeeze together. And you bring your elbows shoulder height. Breathe. Release the arms. Good. Bring the right knee up into the chest. Step the right foot to the back of the mat. Warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior, left arm sky. And exhale, cartwheel your hands down. Step back to plank pose. Maybe one more vinyasa, or maybe just go right to dog. Great job, everyone. Lower your knees, come to all fours. Press back into child's pose. Our big stretch today is frog pose. So to set it up for frog, and I want you to know that you could do anything. If frog is not for you, it hurts your body, don't do it. We start on all fours, and you bring your knees out wide. If you need a little padding, you can roll your mat. You can turn to the side if that works for you. So rolling the edges of the mat in, stepping the knees way apart. So it's a pretty wide stance here. And then coming down onto your forearms. So the shape is the hips and the knees are in the same alignment, like your hips are lined up with your knees. So they're not in front of your knees, they're not behind your knees. The toes are turned out to the sides of the room. So your heels are pointed in and your toes are pointed out from the mat. The chest is melting down, the head is heavy, and you're just breathing. And maybe we can be grateful for the opportunity to find these challenges, to find the breath, to notice where things are at, to drop down into this moment. Wherever you are, you're going to take 10 deep breaths. Focus on the inhale. Soften on the exhale. And you just count your own breaths. See if you can make the breath deep and smooth. Taking another deep breath in, start to climb up onto your hands. Step your knees in underneath your hips. Good. And we're circling our hips around to the right. Just that counter pose, like stirring the pot. And then to the left. Good. We're going to slide our hips off to the side, sweep the legs forward and around to the front of the mat. Good. And lower all the way down onto your back. Did you ever think we'd get here? We did. We made it. We have one more twist. I think this will feel really great for our practice. The arms are in a T, the knees fall to the right, and the chin goes over to the left. If you want a different twist, feel free to take a twist that meets you where you are. And then with an easy inhale, you'll take the twist to the other side. As you're feeling ready, come into final relaxation. You might even choose to take Supta Bandha Konasana, lying on your back with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. I always like to put a block or support under the thighs, so I feel like I could just let the legs just rest in this position rather than being too stretched. And really soften, sink, and settle in. Start to deepen your breath. Let's take a moment to think back on those things, those 3 things we showed gratitude for at the beginning of class. Inviting yourself to fill up with that energy, positivity, kindness, and joy. Allowing it to fill your body on the inhales and sharing it with the world on your exhales. As you're feeling ready, start to reach the arms overhead, bring your feet together, point your toes, reach the arms away from the legs, and curl softly onto your side. Take your time to make your way up into a comfortable seat, sitting up nice and tall. Crown of the head is lifted, shoulders are soft. You might even keep your eyes closed, your attention focused inward. And we seal our practice with the sound, the energy, the vibration of Om. It's always optional. If you want to unmute yourself, you can. You can join in or just receive. Take a deep breath out. Inhale, prepare. One more inhale, arms stretch up high. And on the exhale, we bring the hands to the heart and we bow. Namaste. Namaste, Adam and Nancy and Evangeline and Pam and Linda. I am so grateful for you all. Thank you so much for coming and just being here for this practice. Great work. I hope you feel good, that you got a workout, but you also got a stretch and you got some time to really just be with yourself. I feel like this week can be such a busy week. And congratulations, give yourself a hand for putting the oxygen mask on yourself, like getting that like self-care in before, I don't know, whatever it is that you're doing. And the other thing I want to share, and I think this is really important, is that I know that Thanksgiving is not always a happy time for a lot of us. There's a lot of stuff that can come up, and it's not easy to deal with. So my heart sees your heart if you're in that position. And I also feel too, like even if things aren't going the way you want them to go, or whatever it is that you have going on your life that's taking it down a notch, even on the darkest of darkest days, there's always going to be something out there, a little light, a little spark, a little love that's going to bring you back into this space of gratitude. So I do want to share that because I'm aware, it's people are like, oh, Thanksgiving, yay. But it's not always like that for everybody. So wherever you are, like you can be with that. And also you can find those moments because they're out there. Like and those moments are the ones like, hang on to them. Hang on to those little moments. So thank you. And I'll look forward to seeing you next Monday. And do try to have a happy Thanksgiving, even if you're in that like your place. Okay. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.